Now, usually developers don't want to give you the best weapons out of the gate in a video game, but on occasion, one slips through the cracks. Welcome to Chaos Gaming. Today, we're going to be looking at the best level 1 or starting guns in gaming history. Drop a like, make sure you're following the page with those notifications turned all the way on, and let's start off with the Automatico. I love saying that. The M1918 in Battlefield 1. Now, Battlefield 1 was meant to be a very different kind of multiplayer shooter. It was set during the First World War. However, you probably wouldn't have guessed that because of one of your starting weapons was the Automatico, which is an automatic SMG that fired at 900 rounds per minute. And it was hands down one of the best guns in the game. Now, for the first few weeks of Battlefield 1, many servers, they devolved into people spamming Automaticos at each other. This gun made Battlefield 1 feel like a traditional Battlefield game, and it really trivialized most of the other weapons in the game. But thankfully, it was nerfed and things became a little more balanced. But even still, it's one of the best guns in Battlefield 1, and you got it right when you turned the game on. Do me a favor in the comments of this video. Tell me what your favorite level 1 gun is, and share this with a friend that you haven't played a game with in over a year. At number 9, the R101 Carbine in Titanfall. Now, Titanfall has some really cool guns, and the R101 has to be one of the best. This was your starting assault rifle in the original Titanfall, and it returned in both Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends. Now, in the original game, this was the first gun you get your hands on. It's arguably the most versatile in the entire game. High fire rate, moderate damage, very easy recoil to control. The R101 could be used in almost any situation to great success. It's certainly one of the best guns in the original Titanfall, and since I had to hand it to you right when you turn the game on, that's why it's on today's list. This next one actually changed the name of a game. Not officially, but yeah. The BAL-27 in Advanced Warfare. Ball of Duty. Here you go. If you played COD, you probably expected to see this gun on here. Assault rifle in Advanced Warfare that everybody considered to be the best gun in the game because just everything. I mean, the fast fire rate, low recoil, clean iron sights, quick reload animation, very high damage, killed in 3 to 4 shots. I could go on and on. Plus, there was a bunch of variants you could get for this to make it even better than before. The BAL-27 was spammed so much that the community jokingly renamed the game, like I said, Ball of Duty. The best part of the BAL, not only was it part of a default class, but it was also handed to you as you unlock custom classes. Thanks a lot, Sledgehammer. Much appreciated. Next up is the Nasher. The Nasher. Shotgun in Gears of War. Gears of War is chock full of great guns, but few are as devastating as the Nasher, or some people like to call it the Ganasher. This lever-action shotgun has appeared in every single game, and it's always put in your hands right at the beginning. It's varied from game to game in terms of overall power, but it's always an extremely formidable gun at close range. In every Gears game, the Nasher can blow people's limbs clean off with a single pull of the trigger, and if you land the active reload just right, you can reload all 8 shells instantly and get right back into the fray. In every Gears multiplayer, the Nasher is put in your hands as default. Yes, it's pretty much every campaign. You'll pick it up in the first mission, assuming you don't spawn in with it. Definitely one of the best starter guns in any game. Another good, well, 2 guns that start in a game are the pistols in Left 4 Dead. Now, Left 4 Dead is basically a game where you're supposed to feel like the ultimate zombie killing machine, so just about every gun is viable. But the pistols, they don't look like much on the surface, but they deal massive damage, especially when you're dual wielding them. Every mission in every Left 4 Dead game starts you off with a pistol, and then if you search the level, you can find a second pistol to dual wield. They have unlimited ammo, big magazines, and they're not accurate, but they deal deceptively high damage. And sure, they're not as overpowered as something like the shotgun or the hunting rifle, but they're a great backup gun to have in just about any situation. Now we've reached the top 5 today. The combat shotgun and Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal wastes no time with tutorials. You press start and it drops you in the action. Heck, this game doesn't even have a starting pistol. Instead, your starting weapon is the combat shotgun, a rapid fire shotgun that can stagger enemies with a single shot, and it has a built-in grenade launcher, and you can get a mod to make it fully automatic, and since this is Doom, you don't have to reload it. As long as you have ammo in your pocket, you just keep on firing. The Doom Eternal combat shotgun is awesome. It's definitely one of the best starting guns I've ever used in a video game. Now we're going to get into some really ridiculous ones. At number 4, the M16 in COD 4. You probably expected it to be here somewhere if you know me. The M16 was your starting gun in COD 4's multiplayer, plus it was on a default class with, guess what? A noob tube. And it was by far the best gun in the game. 3-round burst assault rifle, 0 recoil, fantastic range, fast reload animation, and it could kill in 2 bullets. 2 bullets. If you're using stopping power, well, 1 bullet, 1 burst, whatever you want to call it from any distance, it didn't matter. The COD 4 M16 is remembered as one of the best guns in COD history, and it is definitely one of the best starting weapons, but it's only at number 4. Yeah. At number 3, the Lancer, Gears of War. Come on, a chainsaw assault rifle. Where do I sign up? The Lancer is one of the most iconic weapons in any shooter, and it's not hard to see why. And whoever thought to put those two things together, they should have gotten paid handsomely. It's your spawning weapon in Gears multiplayer, and it's one of your starting guns in every Gears campaign. Now, in terms of DPS, the Lancer is very strong thanks to its high fire rate and solid accuracy. But what happens if somebody charges you? Well, guess what? You hold down the B button, you rev up your chainsaw, and you slice them in half. The Lancer is an awesome weapon. It's absolutely one of the best starting guns in the game. You simply cannot convince me otherwise. At number 2 today, the Plasma Cutter in Dead Space. This is the first weapon you get your hands on in the original Dead Space, and many people just used it for their entire play because it was that good. The Plasma Cutter is a construction tool, but after the Necromorphs attack, you have to use anything you can to fend them off, and this gets the job done. It can blast through enemy limbs. I mean, it's just good, okay? I mean, it gets them down for the curb stomp. Plus, there's a ton of upgrades available throughout the game, and like I said, it is completely possible to go through the entire Dead Space campaign and only use the Plasma Cutter. It's by far the most iconic weapon in the entire franchise, and I think it fits the bill. I do. But the strongest level 1 weapon, what would it be? It's easy. It's the Magnum in Halo Combat Evolved. One of the most infamously overpowered guns in video game history. This was stupid. In the campaign, it was a decent gun, but in multiplayer, it was overpowered. It was your sidearm every time you spawned in, and just about everybody would swap over to it as soon as they could. You spawned in, you press Y, that's just the way it worked. According to Bungie, the reason the Magnum was so overpowered was because one of the developers wanted to make the gun good, so he kind of fiddled with the damage stats at the last minute without telling anybody that, but then he forgot to switch them back before the game went gold. Now, honestly, I'm glad he forgot it because the Magnum ended up being one of the most legendary guns in video game history, and it's the very, very first gun you get your hands on in Halo Combat Evolved. And there you have it, my friends. Those are the best level 1 guns in gaming history. Let me know one level 1 gun that we did not give any love to that you felt was deserving, and I'll see you soon.